Hey guys, John here with RealTruck.com. Today I want to show you how to install the Extang full tilt tonneau cover on this 2016 Ram pickup. Hey guys, as you can see here, we've got everything out of the box. It comes with everything you need to put this on the truck. Comes with, of course, your tonneau cover itself, your center bows, and all your brackets and hardware to actually install it on there. So let's get this onto the truck. All right, so the first step of putting our tonneau cover onto the truck is to put our framework together. And what we're going to do then is we're going to start out by attaching these L bars into our lower hinge rail. And it's just a matter of actually just sliding these in just like so. Get these in place here. And we may have to make some adjustments to it once we get it up on the truck. But once we have that in place, then we can go ahead and actually put this, I've already done the other side, and we can put this up onto the truck. And it's going to go up on the truck just like so. And I can tell already that we're going to have to move it in a little bit because it's a little bit long. So we'll move this in. Sides. Grab this one. Like this. We're just going to peel this paper backing off of our seal. And this part is going to actually set up on the bulkhead rail of the truck. So we're going to grab this rail. So I'm going to beat myself to death with it here. And we're going to set this up on here. Like so, and then we're going to move this to up to the front. Okay, so once we have this up here in place, the next thing we want to do is we want to be able to center this so that way it's even on both sides. And the way we're going to do that is we're just going to slide this over. And the best way is to actually measure it, so I'm going to grab a tape. See how much distance we have, and I'm going to measure it from the inside of the bed rail over to the end of this, and just to see where we're at on both sides and get it lined up properly. Alright, looks like we got it spaced evenly on both sides. Now what we're going to do is just hang on to this so it doesn't move, and then pull our rail over. Get our rail so that it's snug up against the side here on our L bars. So once we have this up here located where it's going to go, then the next thing we're going to do is take the other halves of our clamps and we're going to put those on here. Now, we want to make sure that when we set this, okay, there's two things to look at here, guys. You can see this orange neoprene piece and then the lip part. On the back sides of these rails on these clamp pieces here, there's some channels. And we want to set that in there. The neoprene piece is going to go up behind our bed rail, and we want to put that up as high as we possibly can. So that's going to go right there, and then we'll attach these screws. Now, when we put these on, we want to just put these on snug. We don't want to actually tighten these down just yet. Just want them enough that they hold this L channel or L rail on. And we'll do the same thing on the front one, and then both the ones on the other side. All right, once we have our clamps on, then we want to take the upper rail, and you can see here on the upper rail how it has this rounded nose on it here, and this piece has this rounded concaved area. That's where we're going to set this in. And we want to do that at kind of a 45-degree angle. Now, it's easier if you go ahead and Velcro this cover it at this point. And then we're going to take this, just make sure that it sits in there properly. And then once we have that, we're just going to take our cover and we're just going to lay it up over the cab of the truck. Alright, so the next step then is to put our side rails on. And these actually attach pretty easy. If you notice right here on this upper rail, there's a little tab that sticks out. It's got like a little ball that's spring-loaded in there. And what we're going to do then is we're just going to attach the end of this rail right over there. It's just going to slide right into this notched out area here. As soon as I can see where I'm at there, just like that, and then we'll just boom, right there like that. All right, so the next part we're gonna put on is our tailgate rail, and it goes on just like we did the side ones. It just has a little ball bearing detent that you just snap it in place. All right, just like so. And then what we want to do is make sure that we've got the right distance from side to side, just so that it's sitting properly on the back of the truck. And it actually looks pretty good right where it's at. So I think we're good there. So the next thing we're going to do is put our corner brackets on. And what these are for is these are just to keep this thing all together and to keep it nice and sturdy. And we're just going to remove these screws that are already in here because these are the ones we're going to use on this. And we'll just take these and we'll put these in place just like so. This one. Okay, so we're going to leave these loose and until we get all four corners on, and then I'll just go ahead and tell you guys now what we're going to need to do then is square up this framework, make sure it's all square, and then we'll come back and we'll tighten all these up. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to measure from corner to corner diagonally on both sides and find out how many inches we are across, and that's how we're going to get it square. And we want it to have the same amount of inches across in both directions, and if not, then we just make sure everything is loosened up and just move it around a little bit until it gets into the square position. Now that's important because if you don't get it square, then your cover's not going to actually fit on properly and your tonneau's not going to open and close like it's supposed to. So we've got this one squared up, so now we can go ahead at this point and tighten up all these bolts. And I'm just going to go through here and tighten all these bolts up, including these ones on our lower bar and our L channels. And then once I get all that done, then I'll come back and I'll show you guys what we're going to do next. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our bows on. Now, if you look at these, they're all actually marked, so you know where they go at along the rail here. Now, a couple things. One, you can see on the ends of this how it's got a little slot in there. What that's for is you can see how this has got two different levels on it, and this slot is actually going to go over one of these. Do not put this in between. It does not go in between. The two settings, you have the upper one is for performance, and if you put it on the lower one, that's going to give it just a more sleeker look to it. So we're going to put it on the top one. I'm just going to go ahead and attach this one across the other side on the top tab. And once I get it in place there, then we'll just push this side in. Right here, these are spring loaded, and boom, just like so. And then we'll do the center one. Now the center one actually provides support for the whole rail system. So it may actually be just a little bit tighter, and you might have to actually, pull out on the rail a little bit to get it in. That's not a big deal. It's designed to be that way. So let me grab that one and get it on, and then the next one, and then we'll show you what's up next. All right, so once we have our hose in place, then the next step of our installation of our cover is to actually start putting the cover itself on. And we're just going to start rolling these snap pieces down and just start snapping this along as we go. And I'm actually going to get a couple of them started over here, and then I'll go and do a couple on the other side. And I'm just going to work back and forth on this until I get these all in place. So got that started. We'll go over and do them. Okay, so just like that, guys, and just follow along and do the whole thing all the way around and then across the back. Okay, the last step here, guys, is to attach our hydraulics. These are real easy. They just snap right on over these little ball stubs right here on both sides. Just like that. All right, guys, so there you go. That's how quick it is to install the Extang full tilt tonneau cover on your truck. So remember, until next time, happy motoring.